Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks. I've got a real treat for you here today. This is the first ever replay by a Korean player on my channel. Although my very ignorant computer / World of Tanks client cannot show you his name, I will be highlighting it for you later. Now his name, as it would sound phonetically in English, would be 슨두부찌개, which roughly translates, I think, into some kind of tofu stew. But let's not focus on that right now. 슨두부찌개 has played 11,000 games in his ELC AMX. 슨두부찌개 must be one of the most experienced ELC AMX players in the game. He's got 3 marks on his barrel, unsurprisingly, and he's playing with his friend. And right now, they're setting up a bit of an ambush, waiting to see if one of the enemy tanks is going to come in front of their 90mm guns. 슨두부찌개 decides that this is not his fight here. There's too many people camping, and it looks like the enemies are already going on a riot through the northern flank. An enemy ELC AMX has made it in, and at the start of this game there were 6 ELC AMXs. Already that number has been reduced down to 5. No wait, make that 4. Are ELC AMXs really popular on the Korean server? Well, we're gonna find out right now. 슨두부찌개 is zeroing in here on a Cromwell, but unable to find one. But he spots a tier 6 Soviet heavy tank, a T-150. Now, the ELC AMX is a tier 5 French light tank. It has a fantastic 90mm gun, and it is so low profile that you're able to do things that you simply can't in other tanks. Sundu puts a great shot into the T-150 there, and the T-150 is now going, oh god, what's this tiny little French light tank that's on me? He puts in another great shot. The T-150 finally swings around its gargantuan turret, and oh wait, it doesn't have the gun depression to shoot him. He puts in the final shot, and another Soviet heavy tank comes around the corner. He gets out the way, barely, taking a little bit of ramming damage there from the KV-1. You don't want to get shunted around too much in this tank, because it weighs 7 or 8 tons. But 슨두부찌개 is still harassing perfectly. This KV-1 cannot get him. He must be so frustrated right now. If the KV-1 wanted to be able to shoot him, he would have had to have reversed his tank, probably up a mound. But here we go, ELC AMX Chows. Oh, what a juke! Stopping right in front of the enemy ELC, making him going right in front of him, and then puts in his first shot. And it's a 2-strike policy when it comes to ELC AMXs. Never mind, auto-aim there on the Cromwell, and the ELC comes for a second go. Oh! Not today! As he finishes him off. I have to admit, 슨두부찌개 seems to have a very nimble ELC AMX indeed. It might be down to the premium octane gasoline that he is using in his favorite pimp tank. He auto-aims at the T-67. Misses his first shot, but thankfully a Jagdpanzer on his team finishes it off. So yes, there is no doubt, I would love to see what 슨두부찌개's crew is like. What are they like? 11,000 games played in this tank. They must have 6 skills? Must be a 6-skill crew, maybe even 7. He probably has every little perk in the game. Which will allow him to outmaneuver enemy ELC AMXs. Oh no, he gets hit by the artillery, but instantly puts his tracks back on. Another duel incoming. Oh, the Firefly finishes it off. And now, there is only one ELC AMX remaining in this game. This is just absolutely ridiculous. But it's not over yet. Sundubu찌개 has had to do 2,000 damage and pick up 4 kills in this tier 6 game, which is a rather nice matchup for the ELC AMX. It's effectively a top tier tank. That still doesn't mean that it can take many shots. It puts in a great snipe there into the T-3485 and narrowly avoids taking a hit, possibly from the Jackson, who's either going to be sitting in base or maybe he's made his way up into the hill by now. So now he's got a tricky situation on his hands. He's got to handle a KV2 who is the most statistically strong player on the enemy team. And he's still on half health. Luckily, however, the Jagdpanzer puts in a great shot into the KV2 before he gets taken down. Sundubu찌개 sees his opportunity here and decides to race in. The KV2 spots him, but his turret traverse is too slow, and Sundu takes him out, avoiding artillery. Yes, he avoids the artillery. He must be safe by now as we hear the last shell get whiffed in towards his tank. He's still got to deal with 2 tier 6 tanks, a Jackson and an M44 who has picked up 3 kills, as well as a Bishop, which is a rapid-fire artillery that will take him out very quickly indeed. So Sundubu찌개 sets up in this bush, activates his binoculars, and as soon as he's activated his binoculars, he knows he would have seen something, so he moves on. That's something that you guys can take a tip from. But if you do use binoculars on your tank, set up in a bush, wait till your binoculars activate, and if you don't see anything, then you might as well move on, unless you're going to set up an ambush. So that HE shell goes in through the side of the Bishop, doing 307 damage. Oh, if only that one had been a high roll, then he would have been able to one-shot that tier 5 British artillery that we can hear is now raining down shells upon him. So trick me once, shame on you. Trick me twice, shame on me. It's something that the Bishop hasn't learned here. But then again, there was nothing that he could do because he simply couldn't see Sundubu찌개 there. And that's the beautiful thing about playing your light tanks or your medium tanks. You can be so sneaky. And there aren't a lot of tanks that are more sneaky than the ELC AMX. So he's still got his HE shell loaded now. Maybe he feels that he's going to be shooting at the M44. And the M44 will have about 300 health. Now an HE shell will one-shot them, but an AP shell wouldn't, which is probably why he has his last HE shell loaded here. As he goes in towards the capsule, he doesn't know what he's going to meet. It's the Jackson, and the Jackson's on full health. He puts in the first HE shell, 119 damage, and then proceeds Operation Troll. He's using the Jackson as a meat shield from the enemy artillery and driving perfectly. This is just flawless ELC AMX trolling. The Jackson's got quite okay gun depression. Not terrible. He's still able to side hug it to death. The ELC side hug of death is what we just saw there. He drives by the 2 wrecks of the Soviet heavy tanks, which he caused earlier, and drives on towards the M44. It's a showdown. The tier 6 artillery with 3 kills versus Sundubu찌개. How's it going to go? There he is. He spots him. The M44 is not looking the right way. Tries to turn. Tries to run away. And he is so dead. He decides to try and shunt Sundubu찌개 off the ridge. And he manages to do so in the end. But not before he's able to put in the final shot, securing the game. What an absolutely insane round here. The first replay that I've ever seen from the Korean server. And 슨두부찌개, thank you so much for sending me this replay. It was awesome to see. And I really wish I had as much time as you to invest in the ELC AMX and rack up over 11,000 games. 슨두부찌개, please send me a screenshot of your ELC AMX crew. I really want to see a screenshot of your ELC AMX crew. The amount of trolling and destruction in this game was very impressive indeed. Let's just take a very quick look at the post-game stats. So here is 슨두부찌개's account on the Korean server, and as we scroll down and look at his light tanks, there we go, 11,214 games played in the ELC AMX. 59 top guns, 343 high calibers, 37 defender medals. And I believe that this must mean that the highest experience that he's ever got is 5,095. Just what? What? Absolutely preposterous. Please, I want to see that 5,095 experience game. So he was able to get nearly 9,000 experience for his triple, and that's because he got 1,988 base experience for this 3,500 damage round and 9 kill game. Unsurprisingly, he got the high caliber and a Radley Walters medal for either 8 or 9 kills. He was only 1 point away as well from getting the defender medal, which I think you get for 70 plus. 슨두부찌개, thank you so much for sending me this replay. I laughed my backside off when I saw you trolling like 4 tanks with the ELC side hug, as well as the jousts with the other ELC AMXs. They were simply superb. If you watch this video, please let me see your crew in the ELC AMX. And also, if you have that 5,095 experience game, I would love to see that as well. I'll be liking this video on the replay website, and I'm going to write you a comment down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like down below. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to see another ELC AMX game, believe it or not, on Tundra as well, maybe it is the map for the Tier 5 French light tank, then click up here and you can go through to an absolute rampage of a game. And let me know in the comments down below what is your most played tank and why. And do any of you guys have more than 11,000 games played in any one individual tank? And if you do, how many crew skills do you have? For me personally, it's got to be my M48 pattern, and I think I have 4 skills up to about 80% of the 4th. Anyway guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.